Welcome to this 10-minute Beginner Stability Pilates workout. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to be working on activating and strengthening your stability muscles, including your glutes, transverse abdominals and back. Let's start seated at the edge of our mats with our hands behind our knees. On our next breath out, you're going to start tucking your pelvis under and rolling from the bottom of your back. We're going to do 10 of these to start to mobilize and warm up your spine. If this feels relatively easy and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can bring your hands out in front of you and repeat with the same movement, but this time without the support of your hands pulling you up. As you're doing this movement, really imagine that there's a string attached to your belly button and someone is pulling it from behind you. Only go back as far as you can control it. If you feel at any point like your back is starting to work a little bit too much and taking too much of the weight, then on your next roll down, just don't go as far back. And this time roll yourself all the way down to the mat, bring your feet a little bit closer in, and then on your next breath out, float your legs up to tabletop one leg at a time. From here we're going to begin with our toe tap, so keeping that lower back nice and imprinted into the mat, you're just going to tap one toe at a time. Breathing out to lower, breathing in to lift up. Make sure you're keeping your upper body nice and relaxed, so keep your chest open and your shoulders pressing into the mat. You've just got 12 alternating reps here, and with this exercise we're really trying to get into those low transverse abdominals. If this feels like enough of a challenge for today, carry on with that movement. However, if you want to make yourself a little bit more unstable and therefore have to work your core a little bit harder, then bring your arms up above you. We have another 12 reps like this. Make sure you're continuing to connect with your breath as you do this, so this will help you with the movement. So breathing out as you lower your foot down, and then breathing in as you lift back up to tabletop. From here you're going to lift your head and shoulders off, and then we're going to go into 10 dead bugs. So opposite arm and leg are extending away from your body at the same time, and then coming back into the middle and switching to the other side. You should be really feeling that core fire up by now, but if you do feel like you're holding too much tension in your neck, just relax your head back down. Lovely work. Bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice big hug just to release those abdominals, and then we're going to move into our shoulder bridges. So laying on your back with your knees up towards the ceiling, start to tuck your pelvis under to begin to lift your hips off the ground. As you do this, you want to really focus on the articulation of the spine, so you're trying to lift up one vertebra at a time and then reverse in the exact same way. Breathing out as you lift your hips up, really squeeze the glutes at the top, and then breathe in as you lower yourself back down. You have 10 reps before we add on. With this movement, we're working to mobilize the spine but also strengthen those glutes that are going to support your lower back and core throughout the day. You've got one more, and then on your next one, when you lift up, you're going to stay in that shoulder bridge position, and we're going to begin marching our feet. So slowly bring in one foot up at a time. Start low, and then if you feel comfortable, you can start bringing that leg into more of a tabletop position. The aim here is to keep your hips nice and level throughout and keep those glutes squeezing so you're not dipping as you lift your leg up. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, bring your arms up towards the ceiling, as this will make you more unstable and therefore make the exercise harder. You're probably feeling those glutes by now. You've got 2 more like this, and then we're going to go into half shoulder bridges. So coming down halfway and then straight back up into that shoulder bridge. So this is really going to get into those glutes. They'll probably be screaming at the end, but you've only got 10 reps here. You've got 5 and 4, lovely, 3, 2 more, and last one, and you're going to hold, and fabulous. Roll yourself all the way back down, bring those knees in for another little quick hug before we move on. Gently roll yourself to the side and then make your way into all fours. Breathe in to prepare, and then on your next breath out, extend opposite arm and leg towards the corners of your mat. You've got 10 alternating reps here, making sure that you're keeping your hands and foot gliding along the floor. Keeping that belly button really pulled in up towards your spine. The aim here is to keep your hips and your shoulders nice and level as you're moving. Try and keep your weight balanced evenly across your standing leg and arm without shifting over to one side. Breathe out to extend and breathe in to bring back in. Here we're working on your core strength, of course, but also hip and shoulder stability. And on your next one, repeating the movement, but this time lifting that opposite arm and leg off the ground. You're trying to lift it so it's in line with your back, so you're creating a nice long line. We have another 10 reps here, again really focusing on keeping that stability throughout the body. So if this does feel like a little bit too much for today, go back to extending your arm and leg along the floor. One more on each side. Well done, you're doing really great. From there, push your hips back onto your heels, walk your hands forward into a little bit of a child stretch. From here, gently roll yourself all the way back up to seated and then make your way over into a side plank position. Keeping your knees stacked and your shoulder directly over your elbow, we're going to begin with 10 mermaid bends to really work into those obliques. So as you breathe out, you're going to lift your hips up towards the ceiling and extend your arm over your head, and then breathe in as you lower yourself back down. You've got 3 more. And 2. And last one. Lovely. From there, you're going to lift yourself up onto a straight arm and then extend your top leg away. You're going to lift up through that oblique so you're in a half side plank position, and then staying there, you're just going to lift and lower that top leg. So we're still working into that oblique, but also adding a little bit of side glute work. You've got 10 reps here. And on this last one, hold for 10 seconds, breathing through it, and relax back down. Lovely. Give your glutes a little bit of a tap out, and then coming into a seated mermaid position, just bring one arm over for a nice big stretch for those obliques. They have worked very hard, and now you know what you have to do. We have to do it all over again on the other side. Breathing in to prepare, and then breathe out as you lift up and extend the arm over your head. You've got another 10 reps here. Keep connecting with your breath. I know you'll be feeling it by now, but you're doing so well and we're so close to finishing. Really focus on connecting with your breath and controlling every part of this movement. Gorgeous work. Now moving into that tall plank with your bottom leg bent and your top leg extended. Keep really lifting up through those obliques as you lift your leg up and down. You've got 10 reps here. Keep lengthening through that top leg and really squeezing your glutes. You should definitely be feeling this now. You're almost there, and then we're just going to finish off with that little 10-second hold. And well done. Give that a little tap out on this side and then going into your seated mermaid stretch. Let's just give those obliques a nice well-deserved stretch. You can twist your head up and down just to release your neck a little bit as well. And then coming into a cross-legged seated position. As you breathe out, walk your hands all the way forward as far as you can to get a nice release down your back. Take a few nice deep breaths here, and then when you're ready, gently rolling yourself all the way back up, crossing your legs over the other way, and then repeating that again. With every breath out, try and go a little bit deeper into that stretch. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me today. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe for more weekly Pilates videos.